Merry Christmas!
Merry
Christmas!
Merry Christmas,
Okay.
everybody!
Merry
YouTube, Merry
Christmas.
Christmas YouTube, innit?
Yes. Right, you guys
Well,
ready?
that's in the Christmas spirit.
That's it. We're done. Spent.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Are you hosting, Suki?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Fucking
believe
hell.
I am.
Let's ruin it.
I'm going to be really
I've got-
badly behaved.
What's the difference between any other episode, you guys? You know.
This is true. This is true.
Right. Can I start?
Go on,
Good.
Grandad.
I'll finish.
You always do. Right, ready.
You ready?
How hot? Oh, grief.
It's clearly got this script in. It's got this script. That was
I have got my
fancy.
script here.
All right.
I can't handle this. This is going to be stressful as it is.
You'll
Right.
love it.
Ho, ho, ho. And
Right.
hello, my name is Santa Suki, and welcome to our special Christmas Day episode of Around the Console. And today, Around the Console, we have our Baron Hardup, as played by John, playing the part of Button. It's a Cliff.
Buttons.
And we can only afford one ugly sister, and that's Bob. And
Yeah,
we do
fuck
need
you,
a leading
Suki.
man. And so we got Craig to play Cinderella.
Hey!
Tonight.
Amazing. Merry Christmas to you and all you twat.
How long did it take you to write that?
That only took me a couple of minutes. Right.
To be honest,
So
you
no-
can tell. So.
I actually really like that introduction, Suki. I was most impressed by it. You clearly spent a lot of time practicing that. Ho, ho, ho. hello.
I did in front of the daughter until she started crying. It's like, leave me
You
alone.
started saying to your daughter, ho, ho, ho. You tight bastard.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
hell.
Filthy.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Right. Tonight, as well as bringing you some festive cheer and laughs, we are going to be reviewing The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, starring Matt Smith and Claire Skinner, written by Stephen Stephen Moffat, and directed by Farron Blackburn. Now, last time I hosted an episode, I went off on like a little monologue for quite a bit. So this time round, I'm going to ask you guys what you thought of the episode. Who's going to chime in first? Let's go with Bob.
Do you know, I'm glad I picked this because it was one of the ones I picked, wasn't it, on the roll? And I think three of us picked it, actually. When it came on, I couldn't remember it at all. So pretty much through all of it, it felt like watching a new Doctor Who. So that was cool. I do kind of remember it eventually, but I think I might have only watched this maybe once or twice before. It was a beautiful Christmas tale. I cried about 3 or 4 times in it. God, I love Matt Smith. I love him. I love his theme tune. Dun, 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 dun. Every time that goes, it just gives me the absolute feels. But no, it was great. Really good, kind of new Doctor Who for me. I couldn't remember much of it. And it had its flaws, but for a sit back and enjoy a bit of Christmas, I loved it. Yeah, good.
Fantastic, Bob. Let's go with John.
Yeah, well, it was an unexpected tearjerker. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I think the Amy reunion at the end, I don't know what the context was, but that was another part of tear jerkiness. But I'm not sure of the context of any of it, but it doesn't really matter. It's a nice little story, nice little fairy tale type story. As long as you don't take it seriously, it was nice.
Nice. So let's go with Cliff.
Yeah, I had to echo both of them. First time I saw it was when it was first on. I haven't seen it since. I was looking forward to it, and it didn't disappoint. It's a perfect little Christmas special wrapped up in one. It's not too complicated at all, like all Christmas ones. I just really enjoyed it. It has got its flaws, but you just go past that because it's Christmas, innit? You just enjoy it.
Yeah. Right, go on, Craig.
Well, it is Christmas, and I think it is important Christmas is a bit of a baddie. And I'm actually quite shocked by the 3 verdicts I've heard so far because I chose this because I couldn't remember it. I can see why I didn't remember it.
Okay.
Hey, come on. It wasn't crap. It easily forgettable. I thought it was nice. It was exactly what John said. It was nice. It was sweet, but it lacked so much for me. It was a bit saccharine. I do love Matt Smith, Doctor. He's great in this. I think the cast are all great, but I think the story is just totally bland. And yeah, I can see why I don't remember it. I'll have forgotten it again by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be the vodka.
My memories of this is back in the day when I used to drink quite a lot. And on Christmas Day, I was probably blind drunk by the time it came to about 6 or 7 o'clock, whenever this was shown. And so I can't remember too much about it. So I probably would have watched it again, probably later on with a slight hangover. And it was okay. It wasn't great. And then when I watched this, recently rewatched it now for the first time since that first time I watched it. I switched it off halfway through at the point where Bill Bailey and Annabella Ware and the other guy turned up, and I thought, yeah, I remember these guys. They were crap.
I thought they were funny.
Up to that point, it would have been magical, lovely, charming. And then them three came on, and it was crap. And then I thought, I've got to review it properly. So today I sat down with my daughter to watch it. And to be honest, the first half hour was great. That little bit with the 3 stormtroopers, yellow stormtroopers, they're only in there for about 5 minutes altogether, and you forget about it. And then it gets back to the storyline, and it was really enjoyable again after that. So maybe I think I was maybe a bit biased towards those comedy performances in the middle of the episode that just turned me off slightly. Right, so let's.
Hey, I tell you what. Before we kick off, I do miss the Christmas Day episode of Doctor Who. It's not.
Yeah, I do as well. Gives you something to stop getting drunk for.
It's not as special on New Year's Day. New Year's Day, whatever, innit? But Christmas Day, the Doctor Who special was the main part of my Christmas, to be honest.
Yeah. Queen's speech as well. Queen's speech, Doctor Who.
Queen's speech. Russell T Davies. I don't know, Craig. I don't know about that because it's about fucking 3 years in the future. So we'll find out, won't we? But yeah, I do miss the Christmas Day episode.
We all miss a Christmas Day episode. I mean, it's one of them things where you could sit down with the whole family and watch it. New Year's Day, there's no set sort of time where you have to sit down. Apart from,
I mean, you have to expect, like, if the family doesn't watch Doctor Who, you don't get to watch it. That was the thing for me. I always wanted to watch it on Christmas Day, but none of the family were Doctor Who fans, so I didn't have a choice.
I thought it was quite an opportune moment, though, to introduce people that
because it's always a more light-hearted episode to get people up and into it.
Yeah, but they were listening to Michael McIntyre and Strictly Come Dancing. They weren't interested in that.
Oh, that caliber. That caliber of television. But it was one that. But the thing is, although it was to welcome people into Doctor Who on a Christmas Day, the problem is I go fucking mental when anyone talks in a new episode of Doctor Who on telly. So basically, it was just me going mental at people, getting a rant going off. But I still enjoyed that sort of it being on Christmas Day, special little Christmas present.
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh.
As you all said, it's one of these things where you need the whole family together to be able to watch something as light and fluffy as this episode actually was. Yeah, that's what it was. It was just nice, simple story, family to getting together, and a little bit of a sci-fi thrown in, but it was all about the family and Madge.
We do have an egregious error, though, or an omission in my part, and that is the title, The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. There's an Oxford comma thing that you should be using, and they don't, because I checked, because I wrote ahead on my notes, The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe with an Oxford comma, because I'm not a fucking savage, but they didn't do it. Fucking BBC woke bastard.
Glad you're here, John.
Political correctness gone mad, mate. It's disgusting.
Wouldn't have known that at all.
I noticed that as well.
And the other stuff was, it's just like, because it's not, they don't take it seriously in a Christmas episode. You can kind of tell, like Matt Smith grunting when he's flying across space.
Yeah.
How just the questions about the logics of that is but if you dismiss all that, and you just needed a way to have a dramatic thing, and apart from that, it was all right. I mean, like I say, there's a great lot of it was very Willy Wonka.
Yeah. I do get what Suki was saying about Bill Bailey bit when they came on. I think they was underused, to be honest. I think I would have liked to see him a bit more throughout the episode. It was a shame they're only on a little bit, and the joke isn't very good, but it's just a way to bored of the fact that she's come in and a way for her to get to the kids. So they had to write something in.
And
I thought it was
also to get Androzani Major in there.
That was a brilliant.
That
moment,
was
wasn't
for
it?
the fans.
Yes, yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone going to explain that? I mean, I'm
Caves
guessing the Caves
of
of
Androzani. Caves of Androzani. Yeah. So they're on Androzani minor a lot.
Minor.
They go to major a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's,
Not my
That
favourite
opening-
Doctor one, that Pete Davidson.
That
The
opening
opening
sequence.
sequence, go on, Suki.
No, I was just going to say that opening sequence was magnificent as well, though. The way it was all set up.
Is it a homage to Star Wars?
No, it
a
was.
homage to
Yeah,
Star
with
Wars
this.
or-
There was a cross
going-
like that for fucking ages.
Yes.
It's either that or Spaceballs.
I thought that was a guitar. You know, when I rewatched it, I think that was just the bar. I think of the guitar. But yeah, it's just the way it was set up and the way the explosions were happening and everything, and the way Matt Smith was just running through. I thought this was just ideal for somebody to use in trailers later on and everything, and it was great.
I
think,
thought
like,
it was pointless.
It was
just
It was excessively shaky cami for me. It was just a bit
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I kind of just thought it had nothing on the story whatsoever, really. It was great visually, but what was the point in it at all, other than to look good? It added nothing to the
It's
story.
just that it could have been any intro. They didn't care. It was just an
Yeah.
intro, and he had a way of introducing himself to the woman to say, "If you want me, need do a wish," and that was it.
I loved that.
It's more of a big bang intro, like the beginning of any James Bond film, but it meant
Yeah.
nothing part of
Yeah.
it. It just weeded something connection, and it got the
Yeah.
fans just instantly, whoa, boom. Because if it would have started where he would have already landed or been in a cemetery, which you found him or whatever in that field, it's quite a slow build up until something actually happens. There's a lot of tongue and cheek, a lot of humour, so I reckon he just threw something big in at the beginning.
That's what you needed straight away to get whoever was watching it straight away. Oh, explosion, spaceship going across the screen, the Doctor running, fire, everything on the screen. You go, what the hell's going on? And you want to watch it, and you just think, oh, it's brilliant. And then it goes into the storyline proper of the
Don't
Doctor
forget to set your
meeting
pills, Suki.
The reason they had to have that, though, is because everything else that follows is so drab. With so little happening, there's no more explosive scenes. There's no real drama that follows or tension. That is it, almost.
But
That
it's
is
beautiful.
Drama, bloody
It's a
husband
Christmas
dies.
episode. It's not going to have any drama
upsetting.
or tension. It's not about drama or tension.
But some have Voyage to the Damn Christmas Invasion. The last
Voyage
Yeah,
of
I
the
know. Yeah,
They're
Voyage
just
of the
the
Damned.
most Christmas specials. Some of them were really well. Actually, no, that's unfair. He did some cracking Christmas specials like Last Christmas.
Christmas Carol as well was awesome.
Yeah, Christmas. No, I'm not going to say that sentence. But this one just seems the most. It almost feels like he had nothing to give, which is not right because he's obviously very skilled writer. The concept was brilliant, but it needed the witch. It needed that whole kind of nasty vibe going on, which there was. I mean, for me, there was an environmental story going on here. It was quite political.
no real protagonist. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, there was no threat, no menace. Well, I know there was. It was, acid
So
rain,
you're disagreeing
destruction.
with yourself already. All right. Oh,
I was just going to say, I thought it was beautiful. There's a melancholy but happiness to it. I loved where Matt Smith, he said, if you name me wish, and she gets that telegram with her husband dying and she's got the kids. Now the kids are awesome. Ginger kid with glasses, just like me when I was a kid. So I got a lot from that old Cyril.
It's like Aquafresh advert, isn't it?
Has he not?
one comment about that kid. He walks into that weird tower place and spends 10 seconds closing the door behind him without actually looking what's in the fucking room. Who does that?
He's a conscientious kid. He's been told, "Don't fucking shut that door. You were born in a barn."
It's a war. There's a war on, isn't there? You've got to keep the door closed.
Yeah, but you
No
do
light
look at what's
showing.
inside the fucking room before you close it, don't you?
Look before you leap, innit? But I did love that. I love the fact that she was trying to keep it from him to make Christmas special.
Yeah.
The Doctor had come back on that wish, but he tried to make everything magical for the kids. And I love that. He's got all this stuff in this and he's proper excited. And Matt Smith is just,
He's
superb,
brilliant.
fun.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And
I haven't seen
love,
a man
love that
Smith one
setup.
for ages.
Yeah.
This, when you watch it, you're like, he's such a great actor. And even the stuff what he's done afterwards as well. Really good.
Funny as well. And he's like a big kid, but then has this, he's got like a young old face. Like John Pertwee had like quite young eyes, but was older. Matt Smith's the opposite. Like he's got these old eyes, but of this youthful boy, you know, like kind of charm. I
It's
just
a
think,
weird thing to say.
yeah.
He does look older than he is. That is definitely looks old, based what we're saying.
Oh, dear.
Also, I thought what complemented it for first time, Murray Gold goes out of his way. He
Oh,
loves
God.
his magical,
Fucking hell.
rousing numbers, and sometimes he can get annoying, but this worked. He
Yeah,
was good
it
in this
was
one.
very much very cartoonish kind of music.
Yeah,
Like
just
it felt
complimented
like it
every
was.
little bit.
It could have been on a Disney cartoon from way back when.
Well, as John said, the Willy Wonka aspect comes into those scenes right at the beginning where they're going from room to room and he's showing them everything. And that was all them different rooms. It was just brilliant, wasn't it? Dancing chairs, chairs, the room full of toys, and you come to the mom's bedroom and it's boring. This is
bondage gear and shit.
Don't check in the bedside table. Just don't check that.
Got
It was very Mary Poppins for me, actually. I kind of thought, kind of like everything put itself away and all around. It's what reminded me of that kind of Christmassy vibe.
I did really like Madge, and I think because I've read
good.
some people complained a little bit about the fact that she wasn't really a big. You used to have there was Kylie, and there was all sorts of people that were massive stars doing that role, but she wasn't that. But it didn't need to be that.
No, I don't think you have to have that.
Played it really
She was
good.
great. Yeah.
I thought she was great acting as well. You had a lot to convey in her face, especially the first 10 minutes of it, and when she's looking at the Christmas tree and the kids are behind her, and she's got that bit where her husband's died, and there's a lot there. So to take in, it's quite upsetting. And then she's got that worry constantly on her. I've read a few comments as well, people slagging her off her acting, but I thought it was perfect.
I
Really
thought
good.
was great.
She kept the gel in it,
Yeah.
and I like, you know how Moffat is. There's one thing what Moffat does, which I don't really like. He never kills anyone off, ever. Like Clara should have been killed off ages ago. But he never really kills anyone, but he loves the connection of love, and love binds everything. He writes that into a lot of his stories, and I love that the mother, our female, was the stronger aspect throughout the story as well. I thought that was kind of a nice touch.
Claire Skinner does pull the role off quite well, in my opinion, in that she does bring out the sadness when she realizes her husband's gone missing. And then she brings out, earlier on, you see the Dotty side of her, where she's just sort of helping the doctor, trying to get to his side. And that's great as well. And then a bit later on, when she realizes everything is okay, she's still, even after she's been complaining to the doctor, you just stay away from my children. You're the care. You're not a proper caretaker. Keep away. And then when she realized everything has turned out right, and it's due to maybe to the doctor's help, right? She then offers him a place at her Christmas table.
The doctor did put her and the kids in immense peril.
Yes,
okay.
he did,
So he's not entirely without fault at that point.
But he did, in the end, the resolution, even though we got him in there, the resolution was if he hadn't been there, they wouldn't have had Reg back, Alexander Armstrong.
Yeah, I think she acted it really well of a woman in that period as well, the way she tried to remain composed and calm and see things through and kind of give the children as magical a Christmas as possible. I thought her acting was really great in it, actually.
You did like it, Craig.
Pardon?
You're coming round now. You did
No.
like it.
Well, I always do that. It's a standard thing on the podcast. Who is Claire Skinner anyway? She's so Patrick's awesome. I don't know who she is.
Is she related to Frank Skinner?
Yeah.
I didn't like him either.
I don't know.
She's, I think she's well known for her Outnumbered.
Oh yes, with
sorry,
with
Suki, sorry, Santa Suki. I missed
Yeah.
that. What's
with
well known
Hugh-
for?
with Hugh Dennis,
That's it. Yeah,
outnumbered.
Outnumbered.
Yeah, friend of the podcast, Hugh Dennis, through our D&D friend.
He's not the friend of the podcast, Bob. He's not.
Indirectly a friend of the
He
podcast.
hates
Hugh
removed.
Dennis. Yeah, once removed, friend of the podcast.
Famously, Hugh Dennis hates this podcast. That's canon.
We should try and get that recorded by our mutual friend.
Yeah. just say-
Around the console, I fucking hate that podcast.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hugh Dennis.
Milky.
Milky.
Oh, dear.
So right, yeah.
What
Doctor
about
Who.
Armstrong then? How do we feel about him? Because obviously he was Mr. Smith, wasn't he, in Sarah Jane Adventures? And here he is in this.
Plays a similar role all the time. Most of his stuff. He's always the upper crust, quite classy guy. You don't really see him act any different in most of the other stuff I've seen him in.
The issue
He just
is
did
that
it all right.
the issue is he plays the sort of in the comedy show that he does
Oh, the
When he plays the
RAF.
pilots.
Oh, no.
Plays the RAF
Oh,
wartime
yeah, I was
yes.
hoping his mate was going to be in it.
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
exactly.
Ron
It
Miller,
felt a little
that.
bit weird. I was going to do something immensely stupid.
That'd have been cool, like Hale and Pace when they were in survival.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
good. Yeah.
That was the
kind
cat
of-
one, wasn't it? That was...
The
Yes.
cat one.
Yeah, survival. Yeah.
I love survival.
I
So
love
what
survival.
what did you guys think of the two children then? The actress and who was
Right.
like
I didn't find them very
Yeah,
attractive
for
at all,
kid
Suki.
actors, they were really good. Yeah.
Fancy them at all, Suki.
Didn't
What
fancy
was
them at all,
that?
Suki. Sorry.
I thought the lad was a bit of a ginger specky prick. Like,
No, I thought they were good. I thought it was perfectly.
no offense,
Lewis,
Bob and Cliff.
Yes, cheers.
Perfectly Lewis Carroll did. It
Yeah.
felt like Lewis Carroll kind of kids.
Yeah.
Lion the Witch of the Wardrobe.
Yeah, they were great.
It's surprised.
Yeah.
Did you all know that the actress was like in her late, mid 20, early 20s?
No.
Yeah,
Really?
She did a
I think
big
she was around
finish
19,
episode.
20 when she started filming this.
She continues the story of Lily in a big finish episode as well.
Does she?
Yeah, it
Interesting.
goes on.
Oh.
Yeah, I've actually got it, but not listened to it because I was looking for this podcast to see what else she's
Oh.
done.
All right, didn't know that. But then that also brings. Did you guys watch the prequel that I sent you?
Yeah, I did actually. I quite
No.
enjoyed that. That would have been a better start.
What did you send us?
A prequel of why the Doctor was on that spaceship,
It
kind
only
of.
came this afternoon, though.
I
John,
wouldn't have.
to be
I
fair.
wouldn't have clicked on our link.
I remember that from the. I remember that. That's on the DVD, the Blu-ray, the extras. So I remember that. But I remember that more than I do this episode from previous life.
That was the first time I saw it, Suki, because I don't collect the DVD things. I just copy them.
Oh.
So I missed that bit.
I had to go looking for my copy, and I haven't got my copy. All right, and it turns out I've actually got the Blu-ray instead.
You're showing off. Oh, I've not got a DVD. I've got the Blu-ray.
Yeah, no.
I don't think
Splash out
anybody
when you
can
can.
don't think anybody can justifiably use ownership of DVD and Blu-rays from Doctor Who as a showing off.
I
It is in-
don't
it
listen
is in
to him.
this
Suki.
circle.
Don't
It is
listen
in
to
this
him.
circle.
Mm,
I'm very
Yeah?
impressed,
yeah.
as
I'm glad
everyone
somebody-
is with mine.
You're what?
Doctor Who Blu-ray DVD collection.
Oh, is that-
no,
Well, I think
sorry,
probably so.
Blu-ray and 4K and 4K. Anyway, I forgot to. I didn't pick you up on this. What were you like when you were drunk? You said like you were drunk when
I
you
know.
watched this.
Yeah,
And
let's
all I
talk
thought
about
was,
that, Suki.
what
It's
type
way
of
more
drunk were you?
interesting.
I
I
haven't
was-
seen you drunk.
No, you haven't seen me drunk. You
No,
wouldn't
no,
see me
it's-
drunk these days. But back in the day, I used to drink quite a bit, especially Christmas time when you got the whole the families together. There was one occasion when I went to a mate's shop, and he says, "We're just going to sit here and have a drink." I says, "All right, but I've got to go back for a Christmas meal, like, because the family cooked some stuff." He says, "All right, no worries." A bottle of vodka later, which I drank by myself. Right, my brothers had to come pick me up, actually drag me into the car and take me out, and I missed the whole of Christmas dinner. So that's how bad of a drinker I used
Did
to
you get
be.
bollocked? I'd have got bollocked for that.
I didn't get bollocked on the day. Well, how am I going to get bollocked? I ain't going to be. I'm so cold for being unconscious there.
How did
On the
you?
sofa.
How long? Like a full liter bottle of vodka?
There was, I think, probably 70 cell.
How long? In what?
But it
time
was
frame?
only about a couple of hours. I just
In
finished
2
it.
hours, you drank 70 cl of vodka
Yeah.
on Christmas Day.
We back in the days, you used to do that sort of shit.
Oh my god, I'm in awe. I need to
Ew.
up my game.
It was your friend with the shop, Keith Richards. Fucking hell. Suki.
No. He used to own a computer.
I mean,
shop.
you don't need to say no to that accusation. Is it Keith Richards? Because we know he's not.
Keith Richards was not. He was sober. He had to run his shop. It was the rest of us that were in
He
there.
just
They were
went and
getting
got
blind
pissed. He got
Yeah.
pissed in his
It's
computer
sitting inside
shop.
a shop.
sitting inside his shop. We're all flipping getting drunk. Customers walking in and everything.
So
This
if
is
I
like
go down
Christmas
game
Eve.
it, I'm gonna go down game it in New York with my own vodka and get pissed and see what happens. That is fucking as fuck. Okay.
that's a
it's
lot
not one
of
of my
drink,
best
man.
things that I did. The family weren't impressed. Yeah. Well, they wouldn't be.
Anyway, Doctor the Witch of the Wardrobe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, Widow.
Anybody
What
got
about the
any more?
baddies then? What about the kind of the fact that, well, the baddies that the acid rain is, it's environmentalism.
The ecological message that they were trying
Yeah.
to bring, I think.
It's more subtle than in Chibnall's era.
It's not an ecological message. It's just some peril situation that they used to do this Christmas trees with light thing
Yeah.
gag.
It
Well,
was
There's
just
not a great deal of thought put into it. I don't
Well,
think.
maybe not a great deal of thought, but it's
I thought it
probably
was
there
a-
is a message there going
Yeah.
that you are killing off wildlife and life, and they've got to
Yeah.
move on. So this is a sort of just stop doing it, basically.
But is it that promising that if we chop our trees down, they'll just fuck off into the stars? Boom. It's all right now. It's
So
the wrong
what sort of-
message.
Is that the sort of
It's
message?
the wrong
you said?
message.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what the bit where the bees are going then.
Yeah.
Oh, the bees.
Loads
a
of
bit like
flaming
a-
bees. I always get stung.
Like when the mum can kind of
Because
like,
you're
you
so
know,
sweet.
That's it.
Lev.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got honeycomb for a brain.
Because I look like a flower.
Craig's got a piece to say. I can see him chomping at the bit, but I waited until he was having a drink. till
Sorry,
I
Craig.
said that.
I was just going to bring it back to the episode for a second and talk about the mother. Some of the stuff I found unrealistic was the fact that she could actually she gets in there, she has to go driving that bloody whatever it is, that big machine. Can't remember what they called it now. It's all just a bit too unrealistic for me. Things like that.
Yeah.
Doctor
Yeah,
Who,
It's
unrealistic.
Doctor Who. Unrealistic.
It's meant to be real, isn't it?
It's not meant.
The harvester that she's
harvester,
driving.
that's it.
Yeah, the harvester that she's driving is also a callback to the car that she's driving. In that, as she was driving the Doctor back to the TARDIS, she
Yeah,
kept
she
bumping into
crashes
things.
into everything.
Right, they keep getting in my way, you know. And obviously, when she's driving these trees are all getting in her way. That's when she falls down in the
Bit
harvester.
sexist, did it? Saying women are bad drivers.
No, who said that? Who said that?
That's
Who
what
said
you're
that?
saying.
Cliff?
I just
You're
said
the one
it.
that's thinking that.
Cliff just said that.
It's but the thing is, I think you've got to suspend that kind of really critical eye in this, because there's loads of stuff like that you could go pa.
Yeah, you can really.
It has to be just it's Christmas, it's magical, and you've got to kind of excuse a lot of that stuff.
It pulls
I
on the
thought it was
heartstrings,
that
man.
way.
You must be
Yeah.
hard as nails, Craig.
I am hard as nails right now under here, I tell you.
Is that what that desk's doing? Did you not cry at all, Craig?
It's all this talk of wood.
What did you think of the king and queen? I really like that. The wooden king and queen.
Special
was
effects when it
cool.
kind of
Yeah.
blinked was great. I love that bit.
Yeah, I thought, because you didn't know, but then they turned out to be good, and it was quite nice, that forest being good, and I quite liked it. Was all quite innocent and nice and kind of beautiful, and that's used then to save the father, and it's just a lovely story, and everything comes good in the end, because I couldn't remember if it did.
I knew the end, yeah.
So that
Was
was
that the end? Where did his other two pilots go? He gets out, and the other two pilots, where are they? Are they just
One of them's ill in the back, he said, so he's helping him.
Yeah.
He's
What,
patching him
he's
up.
just disappeared? Has he gone to space what vortex? Where's that?
they're just
Sucking him off in the back or something.
Oh my
We're
god!
doing the post landing checklist.
Yeah,
that's
they're
it,
just,
that's
they're just
it.
in the
Yeah.
plane. That's
You're
all.
asking too much, Craig.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just in the plane.
How did the fucking thing travel through time? Yeah, don't ask questions.
Yeah.
And how did it land on that such a small piece of ground?
Yeah, it just didn't work.
Well,
for me.
you only see
Sweet.
it after it stopped. Actually, would
Yeah.
have landed further away and run to this point. So, okay,
Yeah.
But if you look at the actual field, it's
Did you see
Yes.
the full field?
yes.
And you're imagining that they landed
I like
and
the
kept
track
straight
behind the
down at
plane.
all.
There's
I like
tracks
that.
in the field.
Yeah. Yeah, and then wouldn't Groot Senior or whatever is what the two
Groot
wooden
Senior.
characters,
Yeah.
splendid carvings.
It's good acting that by whoever was in him.
They were a bit wooden, I thought.
Oh, you set him up there.
Well, they were an actual magnificent creation. The fact that the only way they could communicate is to make facsimiles of
Have you
humans
pissed it
in
up
wood.
again, Sucky?
No, I'm trying to read something that you wrote down here, and I can't read it properly.
Oh.
Good one.
What's happening? What is fucking happening here?
Well, the wooden king and queen, there were facsimiles of humans, what they probably perceived what was happening in Cyril's head, and being human-like figures. And I think that the actual design themselves were brilliant. There is a bit, actually, I just wondered if you guys noticed it, but there's a bit where the camera pans from the king sitting in his chair and slowly goes up towards his face. And if you look at his crotch area,
You see his
it
knob?
looks like a little knob.
He's woody.
Little twig.
Yeah, a little woody there. A little
Yeah, I never
Was it a
think
show
that.
around as well?
or it's just maybe the way that the
Where
wood
your
was
mind
shaped.
works.
No, it's just I was thinking, hey, That's a bit.
You can see his
I
wooden
can't
knob.
believe that I never spotted a bull.
I'm gonna have to
You
search
did.
You
for
weren't
that now.
you weren't
It was
impressed with the episode, though, was you, Craig? So you probably
No,
weren't paying attention.
I wasn't looking at the crotch of the tree, surprisingly. Although I was impressed you mentioned the forest
It's
tree
ju-
more. That was good.
Yeah.
But I've never looked at a tree's balls, but I'll have to start opening my eyes.
It's just
to
one of
that.
my fetishes, you know.
We're going to go last thought, Sucky, around the console.
Yes, we shall have last thoughts, gents.
Bull
Let's
delicious.
go.
Wood. Sorry.
That's some last thoughts, and at the same time, I shall be giving you some virtual presents. So, to Bob, I'm going to give you some "Homeless" by Calvin Klein. Let's have your last thoughts, please, Bob.
Oh, I've been dying for that fragrance. For me, I'm just going to give it my 2 words. I've not got much else to say about it, but it was just nice, magical Christmas. That's what I'll go for.
Magical Christmas, right? And to Craig, I'm going to give you "Tramp" by Yves Saint Laurent. Let's have your last thoughts there, Craigie.
Yeah, pretty forgettable.
Really forgettable. All right, short and sweet. Let's
God
go
Christmas.
to my lovely Cliff. I'm going to give you "Hobo" by Boss.
Boom. I've got that one already.
It was
Um,
by Hobo Boss. By the way.
Hobo Boss.
I know, but
Can't even
Hobo-
read the stuff I put in the chat for you to use properly, Sucky. Come on. it's
These are my
Christmas.
jokes. These are now. Don't flipping take all
All
credit
right.
for them.
All right.
My 2 words would be magical heartstrings. Is that 2 words?
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we can keep them together somehow, Cliff.
and, and finally, to John, we shall have "Arse" by Armani.
I thought that one.
Wow.
Ask Marnie. Ask Marnie.
Oh yeah,
Arse
miles
one.
better. That's better.
This
I've
is,
got- I've got
is,
to
is this your line of vagrant fragrances?
Hey. Here, I've got one for you, Sucky. Scruffy cunt by Bastard.
That was going to be mine.
All right, sorry. Let's get it in there.
Christmas, can you feel the Christmas Day love?
Well, we all smell
No, I can
fucking
smell
horrible
it.
now.
I can smell it.
My 2 words, unexpected weeping.
Oh yeah, John had a little
I'm quite
cry.
disappointed in that, John, actually. I've also used quite a hard man. And the fact you were just blubbering
Well, I
away.
was fully erect while I was crying, so if that's any help at all.
It's the best way, John. Best way.
From your eyes.
After seeing that,
I like
wood.
Yeah, I like tears from all 3 eyes when I'm going at it.
Right, as soon as,
I did there.
Oh, get it.
soon as Bob's taken my perfume, fragrant, whatever I'm going to take this other one, which is Order Destitute. Order Destitute. All right, and my 2 words
Oh my fucking
Shush.
Christ.
is "Nice Story." That's
He's
all it
worse
is.
than
It's a
me.
nice
Oh
story.
god.
So
Right.
thank you for my gift, darling. I shall definitely return it next year.
Well, yeah. Half empty.
Of course. I've doubted myself in it. Oh, I see. Listen to your own words on this. You had nice. What did you say, Suki? How did you describe
Not just
it?
"Nice Story." That was all it did.
Yeah, no,
Nice
it was just bland.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the blandness apart from, well, apart from Mr.
Christmas,
Hartwell.
Craig.
It's
It's Christmas.
Christmas.
Heartwarming,
With the-
fun. Not
When
thinking
did
about
you
it.
become the negative bastard,
Yeah.
Craig? What's going on?
Oh,
I thought I'd just mix it up a little bit, really, to be fair.
Humbug. I can't believe we're going through homeless fragrances on Christmas. That's probably not in good taste.
No, you might have to edit all that out, Bob.
No, absolutely
no.
not.
No, Odor Destitute line was fantastic.
If I could ever get it out. And the perfume.
I haven't even, we are welcome for all these brilliant knob jokes tonight, by the way, everyone.
yes.
We're usually much more mature. In fact, this feels very much of around the console / Proctor Who of old.
Yeah,
Kind of has that vibe.
bad lads.
Yeah, but the thing is, none of us are actually drinking that I can see. All right, so this is
Water.
our natural selves, which is
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
without the aid
no,
of the booze.
absolutely no excuse whatsoever. Anyway, I'm off down fucking game with a bottle of vodka and see what happens.
Yes, so that's it, I think, for us.
Yeah.
In
Right,
the
so
blinding bit of linking there.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's it.
Right. I'd like to wish all of you listening a happy Christmas and a wonderful new year. Stay safe, and we will be back in the new year with our review of Eve of the Daleks. Now, I'm also going to be handing over to this equally gorgeous-looking bloke called Suki and his daughter, Lucky. Thank you.
Nice.
You've written that down, didn't you? All of
I know. I forgot,
Even the last
I forgot
bit.
about,
Yeah,
I forgot about adding that little bit on.
What's my daughter called?
Lucky.
Merry
Yeah, what's
Christmas. Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
Christmas.
Bye.
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 See you, Mom.